inside every mind. If you look, you will find there's a child who never grew old, who sings to the trees like nobody can see, with a fire that never went cold.
I have new books. So I was roaming around my local area with friends a couple weeks ago, and we stumbled into a used bookstore, used and new bookstore actually, as we do, because when I see a bookstore, I like to go in. But it was like a nice little just independent bookstore, and I picked up 2 books while I was there. The first one is Don't You Dare Read This, Miss Dunphy, which is like a book I read in my childhood, and it's by my favorite author, so I'm kind of just like slowly collecting all her books. I think it's like middle grade, young adult, one of the two, contemporary fiction, so essentially what I write. And then I also picked up this beautiful version of Bridge to Terabithia. I have seen the movie multiple times, like as a child. I haven't seen it recently, but I never read the book growing up. So I picked this up. I read this in like 2 days, just absolutely devoured it, loved it. So these 2 have both been added to my bookshelf. And then today I went to the same bookstore. I basically just take people to bookstores with me now. And I got the first book in the Shadow Children series by, again, my favorite author, Margaret Peterson Haddix. So now I have books 1, 4, and 3. So out of 7. So we are slowly collecting these as well. They're not all quite the same. They're not all quite the same edition. So you can see these 2 have this type of spine and the other one, but you know, they're all the same height, which is what matters. Would it be nice if they were all exactly the same? Yes, but I'm also like thrifting them all, so it'd be very, very hard to find all that. But I don't know, I'm happy with it. And fun story while buying this book, so I didn't have any cash on me today because I was like, oh, it's fine, I don't think I'm going to need cash for anything. And I had cash in my purse, I just didn't bring my purse with me when I went out. And then I go out and their like Wi-Fi is doing some weird stuff, and their credit card machine is just like being all wonky because the Wi-Fi is being all wonky. And he tried it twice, and he's like, well, if it doesn't work this time, you can just like take it and then just pay me later. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But also like, are you sure about that? Like, again, the book was $2, so it's not like they're like losing out like $40. So that was earlier today. And so I just ran out about 5 minutes ago to go pay them. So I brought my cash with me, and I walked back and I said, I have money, I have cash now. And then paid him the $2 for the book. And then I went across the street to another bookstore, but then I was just kind of looking around. I didn't plan to buy anything, mostly because I'm like still trying to like get through my physical TBR. But I did buy something, because it was only like $11, and like it's pretty cheap for a book nowadays. So I was just looking around, and I was like, oh wait, I saw this book on Amazon, and it sounded really interesting. I thought about buying it like the next time I make a book order, and then I found it there, and I was like, oh wait, no, we're gonna buy this book. So I also picked up Some Girls Do, and just look how beautiful this cover is. It is so pretty. It is beautiful. So now I have a bunch of books, but again, like these were on my like to buy list of books I'm allowing myself to like thrift and buy and look for. And then I've been doing so good reading. I've read like 4 books in the past week, so I just let myself pick up another book. Books. Anyway, yeah, that's what I did today. I went and bought books. I don't know what I'm doing tonight. I might just relax a little bit, read some more. I've been working on building up my Notion page so that I have like everything about my books documented on it. So I'm gonna I really don't want to, but I'm probably gonna go and read through all the way strong, and then like list out what happens in each chapter. If there's any like significant quotes that I want to pull and use for like social media posts, I'm gonna do that. And then just kind of all that type of stuff, and like note which characters and which chapters, and just have like a book Bible and do that. I am like 2/3 of the way through reading Just Listen by Sarah Dessen, Yesterday I finished reading Removable Life. I finished proofreading that for Anne yesterday, and then the day before that is when I finished Bridge to Terabithia, and then the day before that is when I finished... Oh, what was the other book that I was reading? There's another book. What was it? Oh my gosh. What book was I reading? Oh, I finished Dear yesterday. That's the other one. I finished this book and then like hopped into Bridge to Terabithia. And then I read, after that, I finished reading Anne's book, and now I'm like two-thirds of the way through this next book. It's just been a reading week. Because I don't have musical rehearsals anymore, or anything musical anymore, that means my evenings are completely free, and I honestly do not know what to do with myself, because I don't really have anything I super am, like, intrigued to write right now, so I've just been reading, like, non-stop every night for the past week, so I'm like about that much way through. Yeah, about 2/3 through this book, and then we'll see what I want to read after that. I haven't quite figured it out yet. I'm kind of a mood reader. I kind of like need to be in the mood to read certain things, so we're just gonna keep reading and getting stuff done. Not really in the mood to reread for like the millionth time All the Way Strong quite yet. I am working on like cover mock-ups and cover designs for Project A. Still working on a title for it. Haven't quite figured that part out yet. But mostly just relaxing and taking time to myself now that I have time to take for myself. I'm probably just gonna keep working on stuff. I've got no idea. I need to work on graphics for the 30-hour write-a-thon. That is tomorrow's goal. Today's might just be like relax. Just relax. Okay. We're just gonna relax.
He looks up to the stars and the moon and at Mars and the endless expanse of the sky. Devoid of all doubt, just a question of how to climb up to the heavens and fly. But time is advancing, a drip then a flood. He's adrift while you're stuck on the shore. And he sails away to the depths of our brains. And we can't seem to dream anymore. With the passing of days, we get lost in the maze that we built out of habit and fear. The longer we run, the more lost we become as the days disappear into years. When we're sleeping in bed, the child in our head is reminding us how to break out.
Okay, so I am attempting to try to re-outline Project Family, which is what I want to work on next month for camp. And I'm like just writing down like characters' names because I'm changing a lot of the names of the characters because they just do not fit. And I'm just reading through the story because like what else am I gonna do? It is very rare I get actual tears while crying. Like sometimes I'm like, ow, that hurts, like my eyes water up a little bit. I'm like, this just hurts. This story hurts. I'm gonna read a little bit part of it because like y'all know nothing about this book. So I'm gonna read a little part of it because without any context it will spoil nothing, but I feel like it'll still hit the same. Alright, so the part that I just got like emotional at, it's like a journal entry, it's an English class entry type thing that you write in a notebook. But I'm not gonna tell you who writes it or who's reading it or anything. I'm not gonna tell you any details about it, but just this little bit. I will never be able to go back to how things were before. I had the memories, but those too were fading. Just like me. Past Celeste, who hurt you? Oh my gosh. I also don't think it's helping that I'm listening to Bach cello in the background either. That's just heightening the emotions, but oh my gosh. I had the memories, but those two were fading. Just like me. Ouch.